Oi, welcome to the FU. This is the weekly in review, game week 27. We'll get straight into it. So first we're starting off. Okay.
I'd like to say this was just a weird game week. You can kick off. It's just a weird game week. Just no, of
And a weird start to the show.
course.
Thanks. Okay, so we're starting off with the Premier League. So Cardiff 1, 5, Watford 5.
Yeah, boy. Um,
De La Feu
a
Masterclass.
hat trick and assist as well.
Maybe he should go to Barcelona.
Nah, but Barcelona don't deserve him. You see, I mean they did him dirty.
Oh,
So, so I feel like he's good in the Premier League, man. It's good to see players of his talent in the
yeah,
Premier League.
Flair.
Especially the Watford. Have a good thing going. Only if they can keep their manager for
Yeah,
be consistent with their manager. Then. But well done for him, hat trick. I think this is the biggest, the most productive season he's ever had. Right?
yeah, in goal scoring,
In
yes.
terms of goal scoring,
I'm not
yeah,
sure
yeah.
about assists, but yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
so
weird because he had that one great season with
with
Lukaku, but
Lukaku at
4 goals
Everton,
is his highest
yeah,
return for goals in a season, so that's
you know,
weird.
well done, Watford. You know,
Cardiff still in the
uh,
relegation battle.
yeah.
First bad result in a long time, so that's not good. Okay, moving on. West Ham 3-1 versus Fulham. Fulham disappoint me every game I watch them. Every single time. I
Yeah,
want them to do well. They have nice
that's
players.
true. That's
And
true.
have Ranieri.
Man, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Hey,
It's just
um,
bad.
17 points. You know, I don't know. I don't know.
Far off safety. Far.
And if they do get relegated, they're gonna make profit actually.
No, they're
They're
not going
actually
to make
gonna.
profit because they spent
Oh yeah,
money. They're
that's true.
still
That's
just going
true.
to
That's
sell
true.
a lot
They
of
would make
players,
a lot
though.
of profit.
They're
That's
just going to
true.
keep players like
Yeah, they're gonna
Tim
have a lot of.
Ream,
You know.
some subpar
So
guys like
I don't
that.
know, dude. Well done to West Ham. Um, it was a
Also,
high-scoring game, which is good
yeah.
for the neutrals.
Hmm.
It's just Fulham could have scored a few goals as well, but well done to West Ham. They're not gonna take it easy once they start scoring as well.
Yeah, they don't
So
sit back, which is
they
good.
don't sit back. Yeah. You know.
They're also a weird team, so you never
Mm.
know.
And Declan Rice finally decided on England. So
It's coming home. It's coming home.
we'll see about that.
It's not.
It's coming home.
But let's get hyped about it again
Yeah,
because that
let's
was
do that.
fun.
That was fun. That was definitely fun. So yeah, well done, Declan Rice. There's this other meme. I forgot. It's about the rices. It's like there's Asian rice. There's what rice?
Indian rice. I
There's
think I
Indian
also saw
rice,
that.
whatever. Then there's Declan Rice. English rice. No, then there's English rice. Then there's a picture of Declan Rice.
I'm sure it's funnier in
I'm sure
meme
it's fun
form
in meme form. Yeah,
because
yeah,
that was shocking. Okay, moving on. Burnley 2-1 against Tottenham.
yeah. That was the first weirdness of the.
Oh,
You
it's
know,
not that weird. Tottenham bottling
that's
it is
true.
pretty normal,
That's
actually.
just pretty normal.
It's
They
sad to see again, but it's pretty normal.
they dominated most of the game. Harry Kane had a few chances. He actually even scored. So and then Burnley just being clinical with the chances they
Burnley
create.
are back to their best.
That's true.
Difficult to beat at home.
Hmm.
So,
Being clinical with their chances, you don't mess
yeah,
up.
Wood
But
and
then,
Barnes up front are doing
yeah,
good things.
good.
Finally found a good partnership there.
Partnership. Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just hope Mr. Crouchy will play some.
I want to
Oh,
see.
yeah. Miss that guy? He's
Yeah.
funny. Okay, next. Bournemouth 1-1 against Wolves.
That was actually a good game.
Yeah, entertaining.
A lot of penalties. At least penalty calls as well. Was gonna make it entertaining.
Yeah.
You know.
3 penalties, 1 potential penalty.
Yeah.
2 scored, 1 missed.
Yeah. And Jimenez, his penalty. Excuse me. His penalty ratio is actually quite decent.
He's really good at
He's really
penalties.
good at penalties.
I think people overhype Milivojevic a bit because
Why?
in the game when they said maybe one of the best penalty takers around,
Oh yeah, that's it. Maybe one of the best
or
penalty
like
takers
in the
around.
Premier League that we've seen in a long time.
I
So
don't know.
Milivojevic
I
is good,
think
but
he'd be
he's
in the top 20.
yeah,
I don't
but
know.
he's overhyped a bit.
Maybe it's just that we haven't seen a more consistent penalty taker in a while. At least,
Yeah,
maybe also it's just because they get a lot of penalties as well, so that's why they're hyping it,
yeah,
just because just the Palace get a lot of penalties. But well done, Wolves and Bournemouth,
yeah.
both
The
teams attacking as well,
fighting to be best of the rest
Yeah, so it's good
again.
on them, although it was a draw, so well done, Wolves. I just feel like they're gonna finish either seventh or eighth, so
Yeah, I hope they can get European football because it
that
suits
would be
them.
nice, yeah.
Because
Definitely.
Neves and there's Moutinho, lots of their
Yeah.
players deserve to be in
In
European
Europe,
football.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay, next is Newcastle 2-0 against Huddersfield.
it was expected.
Huddersfield suck.
Yeah,
Probably relegated. It's just for the
definitely relegated.
other relegated spot.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of relegation, we should be seeing the championship playoffs soon. Who do you want to see? Actually,
Millwall.
that's gonna be an episode for another time where we'll be speaking about the championship. Actually, so tune into that one some other time in the year soon. Actually, so yeah,
Great advertising.
perfect.
Yeah, so not much to say about that game. Newcastle doing well against championship side right now. So yeah. The next Leicester won. They lost 4-1 to Crystal Palace.
Leicester sacked Claude Puel, boy. He's sacked. What are they gonna point?
The thing is, it makes sense because results-wise it makes sense. Performances-wise it doesn't.
Doesn't
Because
make
I've
sense,
always
yeah.
enjoyed watching Leicester.
Yeah, that's true, man. I feel like he, at the end of the day, the game is very difficult, football nowadays, because sometimes the board doesn't back you,
Yeah,
they have,
especially at specific clubs.
yeah, I would know about that. The board doesn't back you, and then it's sad, because Leicester under Claude Puel, the performances were good, he
And
just was trying to rebuild
he was building a good
something.
youth squad. He had
Yeah,
lots of young players in the starting lineup.
because the squad that they had previously was getting old,
Yeah.
and they weren't playing more of the ball. And what you're starting to see nowadays is um, clubs like in the top 10 at least, if you look at their squad, these squads are squads that play football in terms of like,
Yeah,
they need ball playing players, and all that, So he was trying to implement that in his system, It's just that Leicester didn't have faith in that. In which every manager who was in this situation, I feel like was gonna struggle, just because they're trying something new. And sometimes
yeah,
you just struggle a bit. But like, look, this squad, they have a decent squad. I feel like they shouldn't have sacked him, but in any case,
yeah. Because they weren't in danger
yeah,
of
they weren't in
anything.
danger of anything.
They're
It
not
doesn't
gonna
make
get
sense.
European football, so I don't really know.
It doesn't make sense. But in any case, yeah, man, it was just a board.
But Crystal Palace, let's give them the
Yeah,
credit
just
where
give
it's
them
due.
the credit
They
where it's due, man.
sure.
That game was actually
Zaha.
weird, because you would think that Leicester
Peace.
were gonna win it if you watched it.
Mm.
Out of nowhere they just scored goals.
Because Leicester
man.
dominated, and then from nowhere
They
they're just scoring
dominated,
goals.
Hey,
Sure.
the batsman, boy.
World class
Batra.
volley.
Yeah, boy, he meant that. You know. He
He'll
meant
always
it.
say that. It kind of looked like it.
I mean,
So-
like, the guy shot, but boom. It wasn't like, deflection and then boom. It was like the ball was coming. Boom. What a striker, boy. The batsman.
And Zaha back to his best with a good striker with him.
Yeah. That's actually true,
So that's important.
So 4 goals out of nowhere, actually.
Like, crazy. And Roy Hodgson became the oldest manager ever in the Premier League.
Yeah, boy, with that old man celebration. And it looks so cute, man. It's just good seeing him happy, man. You don't want to see old people like that looking frustrated or angry.
Because usually that's all they are.
That's yeah, man. And then the next thing, heart attack. They down the touchline.
Whoa.
You know,
Let's
we don't want to
relax.
see that, man. Just give the old man some wins and points. So well
Yeah.
done, Crystal Palace.
And then, big game of the weekend, but the only one without goals in the Premier
Yeah,
League.
man.
0-0,
That was
United Liverpool. That was
that was another
terrifying
thing.
as
That
a United fan.
yeah, that was another thing
Scary.
that didn't make sense.
Injury, injury. Bruh,
Yeah,
our
man.
injury list is ridiculous now.
And then, to be honest, both squads were not at their best.
No, both of them were playing bad.
They were playing bad.
United, because we didn't have a lot of players, we had 3 injuries, and then Lingard wasn't smart.
Yeah.
Because it's not the manager's fault or the medic's fault, because they trust Lingard to say that he's
You
ready.
hear what you said? It's not the manager's fault. Disclaimer. That word is going to come up again in this show. It's not the manager's fault. Continue. Quick disclaimer.
I see where that's going. We'll get there. Just let's focus on what's happening.
Yeah, that's why I said disclaimer. Continue.
So yeah, it was a good result for United. Very poor from Liverpool, weirdly bad.
Yeah, that was really bad, man. I don't know, man.
And they lost Firmino, who's important, but
yeah.
Daniel
And then
Sturridge,
Daniel
Divock
Sturridge
Origi.
thinks, man, this is Stamford Bridge, first touch. Boom, that was pathetic, bro.
He comes on and shoots from 30 yards.
Yeah,
Like it's
and
De
then-
Gea.
That was bad, bruh. That was a bad shot. And then the commentator was like, yeah, he probably thinks this is made for him, It's his time to shine.
That was funny, bro.
Psh. That's just a weird game week, man,
But I'll take it. But I don't like the injuries to a lot of crucial
That's
players
what
as
I
well.
was also saying during the game, the injuries from both sides, they're not good for English football because I want to see both sides be successful in Europe,
Yeah, because
So
now
if they carry the injuries onto Europe,
Yeah.
it's a disadvantage on their side, So I don't like that, man,
and also now United dropped out the top 6 because Arsenal beat Southampton 2-0.
Yeah, boy.
It was expected for them to win against one of the sides in the relegation battle for that one open space in relegation
Mhm.
above Fulham and Huddersfield. Standard 2-0 win. Arsenal kept a clean sheet though, so that's crazy.
You know what's going to be the funny thing? If Arsenal qualify for Champions League.
That's gonna hurt.
Through the top 4, that is. Through the top 4, if they qualify for the Champions League, for the top 4, that's going to be funny.
Because before Mourinho got
possible.
sacked, that wasn't looking that unlikely. But
Yeah.
now since then United have been so much better than Arsenal.
Yeah.
Chelsea were looking like they could win the league in the beginning of the season.
Mhm.
But Arsenal, that's gonna hurt my feelings.
Yeah, that's going to be funny, though,
Yeah, but I'm sure they will qualify anyway because Emery is the Europa League specialist, so
I don't know, man. I don't know.
he has a good chance, I'd say. Because
Yeah, and who do they join the Europa League? Rennes. Yeah, I think
they're
they
good
drew
though.
Rennes,
They're good though.
but
That's
the Rennes are good.
that's an unlucky draw from them.
So I don't know, man.
But yeah.
We'll see. We'll see in the next round what happens.
Okay, so now moving on from the Premier League, the League Cup, which was entertaining.
Shout out to Kepa, man.
Shout out again.
Shout out to Kepa. Okay, before we get to the game, man, look, Chelsea are just unpredictable.
Against City, Chelsea, that's the most unpredictable result this season because it was, what was it in the Community Shield?
It was 2-0, I think, to City.
2-0 City, then Chelsea come back,
2-0.
beat them 2-0.
Yeah.
Then City beat them 6-0. Now it's 0-0.
Yeah, and then 0-0 in 120.
That was...
120 minutes, 0-0.
And the day
And Chelsea
before
could have beaten City, that's the thing. Understand the dying minutes of that game,
They could have.
So, on both sides, I'd say that the game was okay, Chelsea didn't perform too badly. They got City covered defensively, Although maybe City didn't create a lot of chances only due to because Chelsea's defense, you know. Okay, fine, good. Actually, when the game began, I thought Jorginho was gonna get a red card. Through kickoff. Remember when he did that thing
Kick off
to Aguero?
Aguero.
I'm like, oh, Jorginho's intense, boy.
UFC.
You know what actually happened to that? Did VAR? They didn't do anything.
Nothing
I mean,
really
like,
happened. It just
That was. I
happened.
feel like that was intentional, though.
Yeah.
Okay, in any case, VAR. Okay. So Jorginho was hyped up for the game, you know. So okay, cool. Now we get to 115 minutes. You know, man who has not received a lot of shots from the opposition gets a
Cramp.
cramp. How? I don't know. I don't know.
From doing what? From doing what?
Mix. Nothing. Nada. So cool. Man, like, okay, gets a second cramp. We're like, okay, sup, dude.
Yeah, bro. Like, if it's your second cramp, you're clearly injured. It looked like you wanted to cry, bro.
Yeah, and then the thing is, Maurizio Sarri was so mad. I thought he was walking. I thought he was leaving, bruv. Not the game, but the stadium, the whole team. I thought that was the last time me seeing him, you know?
Because he walked out. He
They
goes
opened the
down.
door for him.
He goes as soon as they
He
open
told
the
me.
door for him. He looks him and then he turns around.
Yeah, man, that
He's-
was weird. But in any case, look, besides the Kepa incident, you know, I feel like there was going to be positives that Chelsea could have taken out of the game, you know, if you look at the game as a whole, you know.
Yeah, Chelsea
And then I
improved
feel like
a lot.
maybe Sarri should stay, man, you know. Maybe the players aren't respecting him much or whatever, you know. But I feel like,
Yeah, because you gotta get Kepa off there.
yeah,
He
man.
doesn't have Simeone's cojones.
Oh, yeah, remember that Champions League? What is that about? You know, there's actually an old picture of him doing that.
Yeah, he did it at Lazio. And He said
Yeah.
he rant here, tangent going off. He said he did it because he needed to show the Juventus crowd that they had cojones.
Mm. But
That was hilarious.
shout out to you, man.
Shout out, you know?
got cojones,
That's the
man.
thing these days. Shout out.
Shout out to your cojones, not you. But in any case,
Did you just say that?
yeah, I mean, he's showing off his cojones. So,
That's a weird.
it's called big dick energy. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to La Liga. Barcelona. I mean, Sevilla versus Barcelona. 2-4 to Barcelona.
Crazy.
All of
game.
a sudden, Messi is a god now. Scores the hat trick. People go mad.
Yeah, the thing is, people
Come on.
people
It's just the hat
overhype Messi sometimes
Yeah, dude. I mean,
because
like,
no one's talking about De La Feu as the best ever.
yeah,
I understand it's a hat trick. It's great. It was a good goal, his volley, but it wasn't as good as Rakitic's in the Champions League. People are talking about it like the best goal they've ever seen. So let's not lie. Messi, unarguably from pretty much anyone, top 4 players ever. The other 3, Ronaldo, Pele, Maradona. Those 3, I mean those 4 together, are just the general argument for who's the GOAT. Lots of people prefer Messi just because of how he plays and what he does. Clearly, because, to be fair, fantastic performance, ridiculous goal, but that doesn't mean, that's not like a definitive thing in the argument that he's by far the best. That's just a Messi performance.
Yeah, man. This is why at the end of the day, I don't like these discussions, you know, just because people just get overhyped, man, you know. So it's just like, okay, Messi's the goal. Okay, cool, bye. Nice goal. You won. Peace. But Barcelona are going to lose to Lyon in the Champions League. Don't tell you. And Lyon are going to win the Champions League.
I'll take it.
I'll take it, dude. I want that to
Oh,
happen.
that'd be
I want
that'd be
that to
great.
happen, dude. Let's move on to the German Bundesliga. Dortmund 3, Bayern Leverkusen 2.
I thought
Yes.
Dortmund were gonna throw it away
No,
again.
bottle it, yeah. Yeah, man. These days, these guys are being a bit shaky, you know.
Yeah, they're. Ish. But once again, Sancho with a great performance, goal and an
An
assist.
assist as well, you know.
If he keeps up these stats, he's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah. Well done to Dortmund. Götze pulled through with a goal as well,
Yeah, he's having a bit of a comeback season. So
Yeah, man, he's the old guy with the kids. With the kids. He's not that old actually.
yeah,
He's like 27.
yeah, around there.
But in any
You've
case,
still been around forever.
he's still been around forever, man. You shouldn't have left for Bayern, but in any case.
I don't respect anyone who moves to Bayern from the Bundesliga. Mm-mm.
Syria.
Especially from Dortmund to Bayern.
Yeah, man, that's not cool, man. You're a backstabber. Syria. Florentina and Inter Milan, boy. 3-3.
Good game, but Inter Milan seem to be struggling. Maybe struggling a little bit without
I
Icardi.
know why. They don't have Icardi as captain.
Did you just say you know why? Or you don't know why?
I said I know why, and you said it. Icardi.
Yeah, well, why?
Yeah.
Because I don't know why.
Because they don't have Icardi as captain, bro. That's why they're struggling.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm agreeing with you. What's your problem, dude? You know.
I just said you
I
know
think we
why
should.
Icardi
I think we
wasn't
should
there.
strip you after. Yeah. But in any case, dude, what's
Good
actually
thought.
going on with Icardi, dude?
I don't know. That's why I thought you knew, and I was excited to learn. But I don't know. So he's not the captain anymore. He's not being included in their squads.
Yeah,
So which
man.
means he's likely gonna move on.
But where's he gonna
maybe
go
he
to?
stole someone else's wife.
Probably.
Could have happened.
That man.
Mr. Still Girl.
So, but the thing is, where is he gonna move to though?
Real Madrid.
Do they need a poacher?
It can't hurt Real Madrid to buy Icardi. Barcelona need to replace Suarez.
But he's not that type of player though.
Oh, no. He could, but him and Messi. Messi doesn't play well
Oh,
together
he
with other
doesn't-
good
he
players.
doesn't like other
Messi's the
good players.
coach.
Yeah, Messi's the coach. Yeah, Messi, mate. I don't know, bruv.
But back to Serie A. The race for top four is getting interesting.
It's getting tight, yeah.
It's tight there, so obviously, Juventus, they've won. That's why we don't care about them winning 1-0. But it's getting close for Napoli are also a bit far ahead, but for third and fourth, it's tight. So that's going to be interesting to see who gets there in the Champions League places. But it looks like it's going to be the standard top six of Italy, just
Yeah.
who where.
Italian football, man. I remember at some point it was arguably the best.
Arguably.
The best, the best league in world football because they dominated for some good years.
Yeah, back
Like,
in when the
10
Milans
players,
were
you
there
know.
doing good things.
Yeah, man. So I mean, like, come on, I mean, they're not far off, So shine to the Italian football,
Yeah, Italian football's good.
Yeah, man. So, and then finally, League 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 Monaco, Monaco, 2-0 Lyon. Monaco, boy.
You're not gonna say Leon weirdly?
No. How can you say them weirdly though? You can't. It's just Lyon. So Lyon. So in any case,
That was a
2-0 to
shocking
Monaco.
result.
I mean,
'Cause
they got
Monaco-
the manager back, bro.
Yeah, but still,
They ain't playing
Lyon
games,
are
bruv.
fighting for Champions League places,
Yeah, man. That's not.
and Monaco are fighting for relegation. So 2-0, but it seems Monaco are back in their groove under their new manager again, who they fired too quickly. Got in man with a big name, but can't manage.
Yeah.
Thierry Henry, he's gone. Now they're doing well again.
So
So, that was, again, in this league, it's not interesting. PSG, it's not, these leagues aren't interesting for who's going to win it. It's just what's happening underneath that's interesting. So, Lille are weirdly second. Lille.
yeah, it's because they got that guy Nicolas Pepe.
Pepe.
I wasn't done, but Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe. So well done, Lille. It used to be a good squad actually, Lille. No, I lie. It used to be a good squad, not a great squad, because they've never actually done well in terms of competing for Europe and stuff. It'll always be Marseille, Lyon, Monaco.
This is great football
PSG.
analysis.
Yeah, but it's great. Come on, bro, you must know your football history. You know? Who else? Yeah, that's it. I think maybe sometimes then they. I like this name, Bordeaux. Bordeaux. But I guess yeah, that's us from us, the football universe for this week. See you guys next week. Peace.
Out.